So I feel that we do not need to make improvements to video games anymore. I think we're to the point that things are just, why don't we just keep this going and everything? Like, graphics don't need to be any better. We can have things run smoother and all that, have things not experience, try to spend a lot of time developing a game and making it so there aren't going to be like game breaking bugs and everything, all that good stuff. But like graphics do not need to get any better. And honestly, I wish it was possible. It's, financially, it doesn't make sense to take a chance that way. Even though there is like the vintage gaming, niche hobby and it's not even that niche. I mean, it's become pretty mainstream, but anyway, like I think it would be cool if, Nintendo was like, "Hey, here's another we're going to make 16-bit games again, right? 8-bit, 64-bit. Well, depend. I guess you could do it in a different. Why not just side-scrolling platformers and stuff like shooters, whatever they are? Have it be just look as good as it, like use modern technology to make games that run so smoothly and everything, and there aren't limitations to how many colors there are or anything like that. Just make like the best 8 and 16-bit style games with today's technology. Make a console like the Super Nintendo, but just have it be limitless to where it's like you can just make all sorts of games for it and everything. Like, I mean, I guess that's the thing though. That doesn't make sense because that wouldn't be 16-bit. It would be retro style in 16-bit. So maybe actually use those limitations to your advantage and just make another 16-bit console. You know, with the processors and different things like just that way. Like, you don't need to use everything to make it as good as possible. Have a variety. It's never going to happen. You can have all these like digital style where it hooks up HD to the TV and stuff, but they're never going to do it to where it's like, "Oh, here's a new console that plugs into your old tube TV and works with it that way. We're going to keep releasing actual games from developers." It's not happening. It would be cool. I mean, I'm very grateful that there are indie developers and everything, and certain places, things blow up pretty big and everything, and there can be things that way. But it would be cool to have like legit, real. I mean, there are handheld things where you can play like, they made that like Metroid game where it's like sort of like Super Metroid, but with better graphics and different things on 3DS or whatever the fuck. But it's just like, I would like to see. I just don't think we need to keep. Not all of us are like, "Oh, that's my favorite thing, the best graphics in the world." I mean, it's cool, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, something realistic, like if it's an adventure where shit looks real, I mean, yeah, it's really cool. I like that. But I also like my, pleasant just comfort from the old stuff that I grew up with and everything. It would be cool if, just imagine that. If they were like, "All right, here's." Or I know that there are homebrew games and everything like that. People still make games for like all the old consoles just about. But like, what if Nintendo was like, "Hey, I know that this is an obsolete console and everything, but we're just gonna make a game that you can play on the Super Nintendo. Like, why not?" It's never gonna happen, but that'd be some cool stuff. Anyway, graphics are to the point where it's like, how much more do we need, right? And I don't want VR stuff. I like controllers, gamepads. Anyway, love, I hope you have pleasant times.